Assalamu alaikum. You are listening Radio Sada, Hurriyat Jammu Kashmir. I am Ibn Salam with Kashmir Update. Narendra Modi-led fascist Indian government continued to impose strict curfew and communication clampdown on the second consecutive day today in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir to prevent people from holding funeral prayers in absentia for the veteran Hurriyat leader Sayyid SHJ&K and conducting a march towards Hyderabad to pay tribute to him. Call for the holding of funeral prayers and the march was given by the All Parties Hurriyat Conference as part of its 5-day calendar to protest the custodial death of veteran Hurriyat leader. Responding to the APHC call, the people also observed complete shutdown today. The occupation authorities did not allow holding of Jummah prayers in all mosques of the Kashmir Valley. Thousands of Indian troops deployed in every nook and corner of the occupied territory kept the residents indoors. However, despite curfew and heavy deployment of Indian forces personnel, people offered funeral prayers in absentia for Sayyid SHJ&K in small groups in their respective localities at many places in the occupied territory. Sayyid SHJ&K's son, Dr. Naseem Gilani, in an interview said that they were not allowed to participate in the burial of his father. Indian police took away last night the tombstone placed on the site reserved for the grave of Sayyid Ali Gilani at Martyrs Graveyard in Srinagar. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference in its calendar has called for complete shutdown in the occupied territory for the 5 days from today onwards and a march towards Hyderabad residence of the veteran leader in Srinagar every day till Sunday. It has urged people to massively converge at Eidgah in Srinagar on Monday to pay tribute to the martyrs. Kashmiris living across the world have been asked to hold protests outside the Indian High Commissions on Tuesday against India's illegal occupation over Jammu and Kashmir. On the other hand, the chairman of Hurriyat Forum, Mirwais Muhammad Umar Farooq, who is under house arrest, in a statement paid glowing tributes to Sayyid SHJ&K for his immense contribution and sacrifices on political and resistance fronts. He maintained that the demise of Sayyid Ali Gilani has not only created a big void in the political corridors of Jammu and Kashmir, but also marked a completion of an era. The Hurriyat leaders and organizations in their statements also paid homage to the veteran leader. Massive clashes broke out between Kashmiri youth and the Indian forces in Nawab Bazar area of downtown Srinagar yesterday against the forced burial of veteran Hurriyat leader Sayyid Ali Gilani by the Indian authorities. The protesters raised high-pitched pro-freedom and anti-India slogans. Indian police subjected the demonstrators to tear gas shelling. Meanwhile, funeral prayers in absentia were offered for Sayyid Ali Gilani at Faisal Mosque in Islamabad and all other major cities of Pakistan and Azad Jammu and Kashmir. The Independent Permanent Human Rights Commission of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation in a tweet condemned the Indian government for denying the right to choose burial rights and site of the veteran Hurriyat leader Sayyid SHJ&K. It also denounced the Indian government's action of imposing curfew and communication blockade in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. And this is for now. Have a good night and keep listening Radio Sada, Hurriyat Jammu Kashmir.